In the 3 photos posted by the tipster, we can see a dummy of the iPhone 16 Pro Max alongside the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The upcoming model does appear larger, but not to the extent that it would be difficult to handle. While an increase in screen size may result in slightly wider, thicker, and taller Pro models, the implementation of border reduction structure technology for thinner bezels should prevent a significant increase in overall phone size. Based on the photos, it seems that the iPhone 16 Pro Max won't be drastically bigger than the current Pro Max model. When comparing the two side by side, there is indeed a noticeable difference, but it's not incredibly significant. It's hard to imagine that these additional 0.2 inches will provide users with much more screen area to display additional interface elements. Of course, fans of larger phones will likely be pleased with a slightly bigger screen, while those who already find the current size sufficient may not be thrilled with another increase in size. A recent leak suggests that the iPhone 16 Pro might come with a significantly brighter screen. According to Instant Digital, a reliable leaker on Weibo, Apple plans to increase the brightness level of the iPhone 16 Pro by up to 20% compared to its predecessor. This means that the iPhone 16 Pro could have a typical brightness of 1,200 nits, surpassing the 1,000 nits of the iPhone 15 Pro. While previous iPhone models reached a maximum brightness of 1,000 nits for SDR and 1,600 nits for HDR, the iPhone 16 Pro's improved brightness would enhance everyday browsing experiences. However, it's still uncertain if the larger iPhone 16 Pro Max will receive the same upgrade. Rumors suggest that Apple will maintain the maximum HDR brightness of 1,600 nits and a peak brightness of 2,000 nits for outdoor use, which were first introduced with the iPhone 13 Pro Max and later became standard with the iPhone 14 Pro. Furthermore, Apple's upcoming flagship might offer a brighter and larger display, with the iPhone 16 Pro expected to increase its size from 6.1 inches to 6.3. A report from Mark Gurman stated that iOS 18 will have more customization options for iPhone home screens, as well as potential new AI features. While we do not know the full details, it will likely include better widget placement options and new options for layout. At least the upcoming iOS 18 and the accompanying 2024 iPhones are expected to feature these new AI capabilities, with some processing done on device and others in the cloud. These developments are anticipated to be announced at Apple's WWDC 2024 event, scheduled to take place in about a month. Now, for those of you excited about the Apple iPhone 16 series, we're going to run through the full specs, design, and pricing for each model in the range to help you decide which one is right for you. The iPhone 16 is going to have a taller aspect ratio than last year, and it's going to be protected by Ceramic Shield too. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12-megapixel selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 12-megapixel primary camera and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset and is likely coming with 6 GB of RAM and up to 512 GB of storage. It's also powered by a 3,561 mAh battery with 30 DU fast charging, and it's going to come with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 6E. Now, it will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $850 in September 2024. Next up, we've got the iPhone 16 Pro. Now, the iPhone 16 Pro has a 6.3-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and the Pro is protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12-megapixel selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we get a 48-megapixel primary camera, a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 12-megapixel tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. Finally, we saved the best for last, the iPhone 16 Pro Max. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we get a 6.9-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. Again, like the other phones, it's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12-megapixel selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we got a 48-megapixel primary camera, a 48-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 12-megapixel tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. It's powered by the A18 Pro chipset. It comes with 8 GB of RAM and up to 1 TB of storage. and it's powered by a 4,676 mAh battery. As with the 16 Pro, we don't know the fast charging specs at the moment, but we do expect to see some improvements. Now it comes with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7, and it will of course ship with iOS 18. This one's expected to launch around $1,300 in September 2024, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.